Here we have a natural gas heater and it's not in a very good condition. Gases are escaping, and it's making some weird noises. So it is time to clean it. First of all, let's shut off the gas, rotate that one. It is silent. It powered off. There's no more fire. I can hear something. The vacuum of the chimney maybe. Okay, let's leave it a little bit so that it will cool down. It is too hot. Here on this side there is no wall, but it's not dark. On the left side there is a wall, but it is darker. Gas is escaping somewhere here in the back. It is mounted on the wall using two screws, so I guess I have to lift it up. And that's it. And disconnect the gas from here, unscrew it. So that wrench is too small, I had to use this one and it is on 24 millimeters. Yes, it requires some cleaning. Remove this one. That's a stainless steel hose. It has a rubber gasket in it. There's the rubber gasket, the black one. It looks like that. Now this is flexible, so let's just pull it up. It entered into it. So this was pulled out using brute force. It looks like that inside. It's not very bad inside. And there is vacuum. And now lift it up and pull it out. These two screws were holding it. It looks like that behind. And it looks like that there. And it looks like this from behind. This portion was darker. This is the burner. The gas entered there. It was suspended on those two. The outer portion is held by these elements. You have to lift up the outer portion somehow. So here it looked similar to that one, but you can wipe it off. And it's getting whiter, just a wet sponge. And it looks much better. Don't wipe it too much because you will remove the paint from the wall. Now I will remove 4 screws, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now the entire back side could be removed. I had to push it out from these, push it that way. And that is below. And here in the middle is not that easy to clean. You have to get your hand inside there. Once I said to remove the front cover using those 4 screws, but you cannot really remove them because the screw has a nut also. It has a nut. It's rotating, so don't remove that portion. Cute. Now the inner portion is moving. And it can be removed. So now let's clean this portion also. Rivets, screws. Rivets are holding those, so these panels cannot be opened. Screws and nuts, so don't remove those. This portion is not removable. These are not really holding anything, they just go into the back side, so they are good for orientation. The 4 screws were connected to this back side, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this was on the wall, this was holding onto that portion, and the large front is attached onto this. I already straightened out that. Now let's straighten this. It's just a heat protection, nothing under. So that's the top, and here we have some brown marks, burning. Not much on that side, but there's definitely some burning here. That is the left side, so flame probably went up from here and out on that portion. Some technical details. Non-technical details. And that is on the other side. It looks like that. Plenty of dirt. You have to manually clean it in many portions. Gas enters here, and there it's pretty dark. Can't even see what is there, it's so dark. The vacuum cleaner just removed this from there, so there's a screw, you can adjust it from there if you want to reposition it. This has a cut there, which is, I guess, this. I pushed it on, and a cut and opening is still there, so you can lift it up from there. The pilot light, this small one, is functioning. The spark here, it's not really functioning. I had to insert a flame there and start the pilot light that way, but that's not a huge problem. The larger problem would be that black soot, so maybe I should remove this portion and see what's inside and try to clean it from here and there. So I loosen this and that. I have to use 2 hands, but I think that should come off. Yes, it came off. It looks like this. It smells like methane. It's colored here. It's purple. Here we can see the tiny opening in the center. No visible problems, deposits. Now let's remove this center portion, the burner. That is held by those 2 screws. So here we have a screw and a nut and a washer. I removed the screws from the other side also. And now This is removed. And inside it's pretty dark, black. So that should be cleaned. So gas can't really escape from this. That's why it was getting out on the side. Gas could barely exit here, so it exited somewhere here. Lock the exposure. It's not all deposits. Okay, so clean that one. Take care not to hit this portion because it's ceramic. As you can see, I already broke a little portion. Now that should be cleaned also. That tiny opening. If you want, you can remove it from here. Now that is very dark. So this portion was inside and the other one was outside. You can remove that. The hole is pretty large and it's not blocked. The flame is here. The heat goes up. This portion is wider. Then it's getting thinner. It has two cylindrical places where the heat from the left side goes there to the right side. You can see those two cylindrical openings there. And there's a separator. So it goes up, it goes down, and then it goes out there. Notice the left side is blocked. So the heat rises only from the right side. On the left side is going down. So I reinserted the two screws. This portion can be removed if necessary. Of course it's linked to that one, but it comes out. This is correctly installed because the N stops at that arrow. So the tiny cut is there at the end. Let's take a look inside this one. So that is inside the heater. We can see that the left side is, or in this case that's the right side, is getting smaller. The heat arises there on the other side. Maybe those two cylindrical elements are visible. I cannot see them on the phone. Two cylindrical elements up there. Now let's put this back. Now here's a wire, and if I insert it into a hole, it goes in that much. That means that is in contact with the metal. So this opening goes till the end, and there somewhere it returns and reaches those holes. So you cannot clean exactly the bottom portion of these. That much enters, and that is exactly till that metal. So the gas comes from here, it enters into that little pipe, and then it is blown from this portion till the end, and here it is mixed with the air. So there is no pipe from here till the last portion where it exits, but it is blown, so that's why it has to have a little bit of pressure so that it will reach there. What is inside here? Remove those two screws. I joined the back plate with the heater itself using the 4 screws. Now attach this onto the wall. there was a brown spot on the wall. Well, that's why, because this was broken once and nobody noticed. By using some scissors, cut off that portion. I would need two hands, but it's a soft metal. You can easily cut it. Like so. Now attach that there. It's deformed. Now attach the gas portion. Insert the rubber and tighten it. Rotate it. Okay, now release some gas. Lower it. Gas is flowing. Now push down the red and the spark. If it's not working, use a lighter. Of course, you have to wait a little bit because the gas has to reach there and fill up those portions, so it will not work instantly. Now I use the lighter and we have some fire. Hold that red button, gently release it. So now the size of the flame is that large. Now it's bigger. That flame comes down. It comes out here. I don't really like that. Okay, and now since this has a cutout here, you can push it on, but you have to insert it behind those little hooks and insert it there also into the side. These 4 of them. Also tighten these screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold the nut inside. Now only the pilot light is on and a very low amount of heat arises here, but if that is on, it has to heat up. I feel moisture. It's not too hot. It is getting hotter. I feel moisture. So by burning gas, you get water. This diameter is not too large, and that's why probably it was cut on the side. So better push in the sides or try to remove from those sides. Bend them a little bit. So by using some pliers, I was able to bend this end a little bit, but that margin is blocking it. But it's doable. A larger tool would be better. Something like this. Now there is more space there. Now it's not that nice because aligning those 2 plus 2 elements plus those 2 on the top is not that easy. So better assemble all 3 parts, the back plate, the inside and the outer side, and then connect the gas and then connect that one. This pipe is complicating things. I can barely have some space there. Plus it has to get through this portion. Maybe it should enter here, I'm not sure. Better mount all 3 parts on the ground because that is in contact with this, so the side is being pushed out, so this will not enter easily, and that also pushes out that side, so this will not enter easily. Plus the buttons will barely enter. And these also entered somehow. Haven't even noticed. So only this top portion, these 2 elements are holding it together. These don't do anything. Nothing, nothing, nothing. They just center it. So the back side is holding the heating portion, the black one, and the entire outer case is being mounted on using only these two portions. And finally it's working. The flame is still orange at startup.